It is a all hands on deck couple of days, and look who came in.
I'm
Right
just
and
thinking,
early.
this has never happened before that the three of us are in the same room.
This could be a really fun thing.
Wow.
Well, this morning it will be. Amen.
It will be, yeah, because today we're actually sending the Red Letter Gospel message out.
When I first gave my life to Christ as a teenager, we had a youth pastor. His name was Bill, and he invited us to his house. It was a challenge for the summer. 6 o'clock in the morning. We're going to do Bible study together. At 6 o'clock in the morning in the
In
summer.
the summer? Woo!
So there was about, we had a youth group of 12. There was about 6 of us that were on board. We would run a mile.
Oh, my goodness.
And then we would sit down and we'd open up
Wow.
God's Word together. So this is like the first time I'm opening up the Gospels and reading for the first time. And so the invitation into Jesus' story, and then the post of that is now learn how to live. How Jesus wants you to learn how to live.
Right.
And I remember these little notes that we were talking about the Lord's Prayer, declaring His greatness, surrendering, acknowledge dependency. And the Pastor Bill's kind of teaching us a little thing about that. And so I start, while he's doing this, I kind of zone out.
You kind of doodle.
And I start reading Sermon on the Mount. And I'm just reading all the way through it, and I get done, and he goes, anybody have any questions? I said, I've got a question, but I don't know if it pertains to what you're telling us. And he goes, yeah, go ahead. I go, one of the greatest sermons of all time. I read it in 11 minutes. Why do you take 45 to teach?
Wow, pow.
Oh, right.
Bang, bang.
Good morning.
Get 'em.
Matthew 5. I'm just curious. There's such great wisdom dripping from these words, and I read it in 12 minutes.
Right.
Why do you take so long? And then I was asked to run another mile.
I was going to say, out.
Mile number 2, but right there. But Kim, I know you're as excited about this as we are sending out these Gospels, and the Word is so alive. Every day I hear you read from it between 10 and 3, and I know you're excited about the next few hours.
I really am. And you know what was cool was yesterday on my Facebook page, I have a friend named Mark, and he lives in, I want to say this right again because I'm not looking at it, but it's Bogama, and they were having like a revival, and he specifically said, we need the Gospels, and we want for people to be able to receive those, and we want a revival to happen. And so I'm like, man, I'll be praying for you. So just yesterday, and we started really, really talking about what we're going to be doing today, and he's like, guess what? 20 people got saved, and yes, they're receiving the Gospels, and it was really cool, and so we were able to share some scriptures back and forth. But that is it's a neat thing. I mean, Jesus not only said the words that he said, this is the thing, we were just talking about that in the phone room. He acted on him. He did them. Therefore, we can now say, this is what Jesus did. He said it, but he did it. He did everything he said he was going to do. And that's the power of the Gospels.
Yeah, imagine a missionary or a feeding ministry like Feed the Hungry, where they back up a big truck in Malawi and they're feeding people physically and they're getting their meal. But to be able to go, now here's the story of Jesus as well. And we've shifted into the Gospels because we can give more away in a case.
Absolutely.
We can give more away to more people.
We can put 42 of the Red Letter edition of the Gospel Messages in a case, and that is $210. And we have Faith from Benton Harbor, and she said, I want to do that. I would love to send a case of the Gospel Message. And she said, I want to do this every single month. I want to be reminded of this every single month. And so she broke it down. And so on her statement every month, she is reminded of that fact. So you can do the same exact thing that Faith did. Brian is from St. Joseph, and he said, you know what? I just want to do it all right now. I want to do the $210 gift right now. Yeah. Send out that case. Let's do it. So you have options to do that. And here's the cool thing. If you are deciding that, I want to send a case out, we would love for you to be an impact partner, because that's exactly what you're doing. Is you're making an impact around the world. So you can choose a day that you want to honor someone, celebrate someone, an anniversary, you want to remember someone. You can do that, and every single hour on that day, let's say you choose September 14th, well, we're going to honor you and the person you're honoring every single hour as an impact partner.
If you pick up the phone this morning, you might get to talk to Kim. You're in the phone room, right?
I
You're
am.
going to be doing stuff in the phone room? That's awesome. Here's the number, 888-737-4273, pound 250 on your smartphone. Keyword, spread the word.
A brand new copy